Well, 2017 is pretty well over, and 2018 is right around the corner. So I wanted to take a brief minute and just talk about what can be expected for Not Quite Lost in the new year. When I started this channel, I set aside 1 year where I would dedicate myself to trying to make a go of this, where I would release a video every week. I would throw my very best efforts into it. Well, 7 months of that are down. And I've enjoyed it. It's allowed me to spend some time dealing with issues that you normally don't think about, don't talk about, but that are fundamental to the Christian faith. And it's been helpful to be able to organize those thoughts and put them out in a format that I can look at later. They say teaching is the best way to learn, and that's very true, and I've learned a great deal. But it's also taken quite a bit of time. I spend about 20 hours or so on Not Quite Lost every week, and this is in addition to my family responsibilities and my pastoral responsibilities because I'm still part of a church. I'm going to continue to throw myself into this for at least the next 5 months, but to be perfectly honest, if things don't change, it probably will end at the end of May. I can't continue throwing this much effort into something with this little results indefinitely. And I have to recognize that I'm responsible for this, because what I've realized is that while teaching plays to some of my strengths, and research and study and analyzing plays to some of my strengths, that this channel plays to two of my greatest weaknesses. One of my main weaknesses is that I am horrible at self-promotion. I can promote somebody else's work until I'm blue in the face, but promoting something of my own just really feels wrong, and I struggle with that. And so I haven't been able to put in the promotional efforts into Not Quite Lost that it takes to make it succeed. And two, I am not graphically creative. I'm not artistic that way. And so the graphics and the quality of the visuals on this site have suffered. Because I am doing everything myself. I'm doing the research, I'm doing the editing, I'm doing the visuals, I'm doing everything on my own. And I know that the work has suffered quality-wise because of that. If you do want to help, there are a couple of things you can do. The simplest way you can help is simply by watching videos. And if you find one that you enjoy, like it. I know that doesn't seem like much, but it really can make a difference. Because if I have low views, but high likes, YouTube is far more likely to recommend me to other people than if I have no likes and only a few views. Second, if you aren't subscribed and you enjoy the videos, please subscribe. It does make a difference. And every view does matter when it's a channel that's this small. But the biggest way you can help is that if there is a video that you have found that was humorous or was insightful or enjoyable or helpful in some way, share it. Facebook, email to a friend, Twitter, whatever it is that you use. A share can really truly spread the word, and that is something that is very necessary right now, because without the word spreading, I'm probably not going to be able to continue this. And I appreciate so much those of you who have already done that, who have shared, who have liked, who have favorited. There's a couple of you who regularly like every video that I've made, whether it's a good video or not. And I do appreciate that, and I don't take it for granted. And I really appreciate all of the comments that you people have been leaving, because I'm quite literally just sitting here talking to a computer screen. So feedback is very important and very helpful. And a final way to help is that if you have skills that you know I lack and you're willing to share, I would love to hear about it. If you're really good at promotion and you're willing to promote Not Quite Lost, I would love to hear that. If you have graphic ideas that you think would be helpful to the videos and the channel, I would love to hear it, because I recognize that my weaknesses are what is holding the channel back. Regardless though, here's what you can expect for the next 5 months at the very least. First, today was the last We Sing This piece that I'm going to do for quite a while. It's certainly the last one for Christmas. I know some of you haven't particularly enjoyed it, but the Christmas season is always extremely difficult and extremely full for pastors. And so I've needed something that allowed me to have a bit more breathing room to focus on my increased hours at the church. Next week, there will be one more fluff piece. I know it's a lot of fluff pieces, but I want to spend some time with family, and I want to prepare for the coming weeks. So we're going to have an outtakes video next week. But then as soon as that's over, we're launching straight into some bigger topics. I'm going to be talking about sexism and racism in the Bible right away. Those are some of the very first topics we're going to get to. Then there's going to be a longer series, sort of like the Bible series. that's going to be talking about inspiration. What do we mean when we talk about inspiration? What do we mean when we talk about God's name, or using God's name in vain, or speaking in God's name? What do we mean by that? Why are there so many names of God that people use and are floating around? Further out, I do want to do some more Moments That Matter. I really enjoy connecting history with the present and helping see how things that we take for granted have shaped what we believe today. That's one of the foundational ideas of this channel, is to talk about some of the things that we take for granted. If I get far enough, I also want to do a series on the dirty secrets of the Bible. The things that we translate out of the Bible, or we ignore, or we just push to the side because we're thinking, no, that can't be in Scripture. Well, it is. Things like sexual innuendo, euphemisms, vulgarity, graphic violence, that sort of thing that we leave out to make the Bible purer, but at the same time leaving it out gives us a distorted perspective of what Scripture actually is and what Scripture says. So I think bringing out some of those things is very helpful, not just for shock's sake, but to help us understand what the Bible really says. If there's anything else that you'd be interested in having me do a video on, or any particular series that I've done in the past that you found particularly helpful or funny or whatever that you'd like me to do more of, just leave a message in the comments below and I'll check it out. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Hopefully, see you next video.